the shotguns carry a lot of weight into this map.
Yeah, and it's going to be really interesting to see if they pick that up, either a round 2 or round 3 pickup, to just either econ or to just catch people around corners. So it is going to be really interesting. I love the Judge. I play Viper a lot, so when it comes to hiding inside the smoke cloud, and the second you see any form of red, you just kind of, aim it in that general direction and hope that it picks them up. But we are hopping right into the match. Third Impact versus Spot Up. Losers finals. We're right here.
Yeah, already Sage trying to peek down that long alleyway, but in the same sense, we already have not only 1, but 3 kills on the side of Omen. What a way to start the Losers Finals, as Omen finds himself ripping into 3 with a Ghost. Very well done by him on the Third Impact. Called him Team Impact, just based off of how well they played that. Overall, throughout that round was insane. That's a beautiful way to start the Losers Finals.
Yeah, and that's exactly the kind of momentum you want to be rolling in with, especially on this kind of game. And yeah, Spot Up is currently rolling. They played the last match. They're playing this match too. So yeah, we can see what they're gonna bring up as well. Spot Up, by the way, consists of Bunny, Ada, Figment, Tucker G, and Formata. Meanwhile, Third Impact playing with AGM, Ojai, Rami, Duck, and Buds.
It seems like for the most part, though, that these teams have really... Third Impact have obviously stuck with the pistols they want to be able to save. Didn't win that one, but... I don't...
Yeah.
What?
Wait, what?
Wait, hold on. What was that? What happened?
Round set?
Was that a raise?
A full suicide.
Oh, a full suicide. Okay, I've actually never... Okay, all right. Full suicide's cool. You know you're not gonna. You're pretty much throwing. You just want the proper econ because you see that everybody has bought their weapons in the way that they want to be able to have them. They have all those Vandals online. All it is that the other team has is Spectre. But I don't agree with that. I don't always agree with the full suicide. But at the same time, you're giving them the ult charge. It can be a little bit wishy-washy, especially when you lead like this. Immediately, you get taken down despite having that full suicide. You have the Vandals. You have what you wanted, but you don't even have a lead at this point with a numbers discrepancy, 5-4 from Spot Up.
Yeah, that was really interesting. You would think that they would want to, deny some of the money or deny some of the ult build-up. But at the same time, you are giving away a free round win, and that could destroy you later down the line. So, as we said, Spot Up finds a quick pick. We're going to be trying to turn this corner. Oh
my goodness!
I like
the
this.
Classic spot. The classic spot.
Game of chess. You go out of showers, or you don't. Do you know what's around that corner or the other corner? It just makes it so much more interesting, especially with the fly cam implementation there.
It's actually really good that Third Impact were able to get the kills that they needed, especially since they flipped this right around his head. It looked pretty rough in the very beginning. You get first blooded, and you're not feeling too good about how the rest of the round is going. But that's important in this game. You got to keep the momentum. You have to keep that mindset that things are going to be all right. As long as you work together as a team, you can overcome what is necessary, because this game has a lot of emphasis on teamwork. There are a lot of tactical shooters that do that, but especially in this game where it's so easy to just get destroyed, a lot of tactical shooters like that are very important to keep in mind. The Breach uses his charge, tries to go through the wall. He doesn't get really anything, doesn't find anything. They've got 3 members left as Sova finds a kill directly onto the Breach. He takes care of him. Now they're watching Market. No plant yet, except for, well, actually it does get planted almost immediately, and they're the ones trying to keep it in control of what's happening right now.
Yeah, it's planted down on B, and they're just going to try to keep it locked down. Bunny might just want to, hide here. That's a box. That's a pretty box. Yes, that is a box now. But yeah, it looks like they're just going to be saving up here. They don't want to take this fight. Let them have that point. It's going to be pretty difficult. It's going to be an uphill battle, but they're on the hunt.
Oh, they actually are. They got to be careful coming around this corner. They're running. They definitely want to make sure they can find any sort of character or really just anyone on Spot Up's team. But it doesn't seem like they find anyone at all. They were on the hook. They are moving out a little bit too far, but they don't really get punished for that, and neither does the remaining individuals, the 2 people that were left on Spot Up's side. Nothing too crazy yet. And you mentioned the Omen and the Jet right now. I can feel that they'll have an impact throughout this game. I mean, they can or cannot do extremely well. They just don't offer the utility that people like Brimstone do or people that Cypher do, but they don't really care too much about that. They want to be able to be aggressive and keep that pressure going, and it seems like it's been working so far for them.
Yeah, that level of aggression just shows how well these guys are just working on crosshair placement and just getting those headshots when necessary. So, Spot Up is definitely rolling with it. They decided to pull this off on Haven last match. So when it comes to this, we'll see if it pays off for them, especially when they go, when they're on the opposite side.
Right, exactly. 2-1 already for Spot Up versus Third Impact, and really everyone's taking their time. They're playing it slow, haven't picked up Spike. Don't want to let anyone know where it is too early, and just give themselves a little bit of chance to see if they can get an early game pick. Doesn't seem like they find anything though. Shots are fired, and they actually sink directly into the Sage. Not too many though, so that's going to be good for her, especially she's feeling a little bit more cautious about it, able to heal up her teammate. And still, the game is being played slow. No one's being pushed up too far. No one's feeling too aggressive right now. But as the timer starts ticking down, yeah, Third Impact are going to be feeling a lot more than just a couple shots just like that. Cypher is going to find that headshot around the corner. Good peek. Leads his reticle right around the corner and make sure he pops that head. Immediately he has to switch targets, looks at a different target, and manages to actually take down another. Raze comes around and make sure that she can deal with that. Spot Up actually takes care of one, but that's still not enough. They have to make it back to point. But I don't even know if they'll actually be able to, especially with that Sage slow orb coming out.
Yeah, Sage slow and the wall, they're giving away their location in hookah, so it's going to be kind of difficult to make this approach, especially when the other team knows exactly where you're going to be.
That's the roughest thing ever, is trying to push into something like that, especially when you have Raze that manages to get a 3-piece. That's actually insane for her. But Sova is going to find another kill of his own and make sure that he can actually do something, but it's not going to be enough. Sage is going to come right around that corner. They know where he is. While Sova's taking his time looking around, Sage is going to come in and swoop in for the kill, which now leaves us at an even game and an even set for both Spot Up and Third Impact.
Yeah, you can't have your head on a swivel all the time, even though his whole motif is owls. You might not be able to see behind you all the time. So, unfortunate that Sova was caught out there. But yeah, tied up. It's going to be interesting to see what the econ comes out to here.
Yeah, that's the main important thing. That's one of the battles that doesn't get talked about as much, or at least a lot of people don't know, is the economy balancing between the teams. You have to make sure that you always do that as effectively as you possibly can, so that way your team can buy, whether you save, you half buy, you full save, or you just full buy, or you force it, just spend all your money, leaves yourself with nothing. That's what's important here, especially in Valorant and in games like CSGO. They already managed to find that early game pick, Third Impact with the first blood, but we saw how that went last time when Third Impact were on the receiving end. This game is not over yet, for sure.
Yeah, and they're going to have to make a quick rotation over, or they think so. Meanwhile, they're just trying to find something. They're playing it very slow and steady, a very mature game that we've got going on here.
Already a 1-for-1 trade still, though. Roman's going to make that a 2-for-1 in this case, and that's actually going to open up the door for Spot Up to find more kills, one after the other, but now we're looking at a 3 versus 2 because of the resurrection from Third Impact. That's what's important here, is being able to use that ultimate, just like I said. Sage with all that utility and the ability to resurrect anybody that she actually needs to is the most important thing here. They managed to get a couple shots out, trying to make sure they can break that wall, but Third Impact, they are the ones in control. They have the numbers advantage. There's no discrepancy between them. It's going to be a matter of how they will play from this point on, especially when Spot Up throw out that little Omen cloud.
Yeah, Spot Up is trying to make the approach here. At Third Impact had to go and grab the spike, and now they're just going to play from distance.
Oh, good spot.
Oh, there we go. Nice pick off there. And that's going to clean up Spot Up, as Third Impact is going to be taking that round.
Yeah, that's really important, especially for Third Impact, to try and regain their footing, regain their momentum, and just make sure that they can like breathe. Like they just need to make sure that they still keep in control of this, because when you're going up against these two teams going up against each other, you don't want to underestimate either. That's the most important thing here. You want to make sure that you're doing what you can and keeping a level head, especially when you are this far up in the tournament. But regardless of anything, it's either they're leaving the spike back again, try to go for these early picks, watching hookah, watching short, watching all these different sources of places for Third Impact.
Yeah, and Third Impact looking to split up again, just looking for picks once again. And, making this kind of approach and not showing spike is actually really smart. Oof. In a way. Oh, a quick catch out there. That's going to be unfortunate for them. They're going to be pushing on forward. Third Impact going to be down a couple players. Meanwhile, Spot Up only down one.
Yeah, two different teammates, one pick apiece, but we're actually going to make that a 3. The 3-on-3 really. That's the surprising thing about this one, is trying to make sure that you can actually keep the momentum that you have. They find another. They're going to be able to plant the spike. They are the ones in control now. They have a couple ultimates online, but they're probably not going to spend it. The Brimstone Watch, really, the Brimstone Watch goes up, drops down a couple smokes, make sure that they keep an eye on those really pivotal points. Triple kill for Sage once again. The showstopper comes out. Rocket launcher gets used, but it actually goes wide. Doesn't find anyone. She's going to go around this corner. Thought she heard some footsteps. Just go ahead and pre-checks that. Pre-fires it more than anything. Spot up. Not giving up yet. Not at all, especially when they have the showstopper. They find the kill. Sorry, not spot up. Third Impact are going to find that kill, make sure they actually close out this round when they are still in the lead.
Yeah, and they're going to keep that lead rolling and trying to stop Spot Up's momentum from the past couple games as well. And, you know, you might think, oh, well, the showstopper was a complete waste there. No, it was just used to, you know, if you peek that corner and they happen to be there, you get them. So I wouldn't consider that a waste. It's just using your utility when you have it. That really carries over from Overwatch for me, at least. Knowing that, you know, if you have an ability, especially an ultimate, you want to use it so that you can build it up again as soon as you can.
Oh, nice. Good early pick, but we're going to make that a 1-for-1 trade. That's what's important here, is that you're evening out the team discrepancy right here. You got a 4-on-4 on what would obviously start out as a 5v5. Immediately, people get cleaned up, and now we're leaving ourselves as the round starts to dwindle down. The clock is still at a high enough number where people can play safe enough, but the numbers is what matters here. You got 4 members left on either side. 3 ultimates up on Spot Up, 2, well, make that 1 ultimate up. They use the orbital strike to try and clean out anything else it is that they might see. Goes a little bit wide, though, doesn't find the mark that he probably would have wanted it to find, as they're really trying to make their way in. Jet's the one watching this, but she's stuck in that slow. Hunter's Fury goes out, they find the kill, they find 1, and they're just trying to make sure they can clean up this round, but it might not be enough, as Third Impacts are going to try and even things up. They managed to get 2 at least, so Spot Up are now at a 3-2 right now. They still have the lead, and especially with a shot like that, if you got an Omen with the Vandal, that's going to be important. But we trade out, and still, it's going to be a 3-4. Spot Up are slowly but surely catching up.
Yeah, they're keeping this contest even. After Spot Up lost the Sova early, they did resurrect him, so they were able to, you know, have the numbers advantage again and force that out. If anything, that just helped Otta get his ultimate even faster now. He may have used it, but, you know, that means that they're going to have another one later down the line.
Yeah, that's really, really important, man. That's so important to be able to have that proper economy and try and balance yourselves out throughout your team and just make sure that you are doing the very best it is that you can as the game progresses on. We already have a really close game, close rounds, if anything. Everyone's just trying to peek out, watching that be long, making sure no one's pushing in. Showers are already accounted for as well, but they didn't account for the fact that they may have already found what they were looking for. They find 1 kill, but Third Impact returns the favor with a 1-for-1 trade once again, and now people are going to play a little bit more slow. Raze has found her way in the hookah. The Breach knockup goes through. They're pushing Showers. They want to be more aggressive. That's what Breach allows you to do, especially when Raze finds a nice double kill of her own. She's going to be able to push in, and now that forces Omen to wait inside of this little crate. They know that they're probably in hookah. They know that they're close by, but it's just a matter of where. He has to wait here and actually wait for Breach to come back, find the reinforcements that he needs, and especially when you get shown up like that. Raze comes around the corner, triple kill, really good for Third Impact.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty difficult. He does switch it out for a Vandal, though. That's going to be really important. Play the long-range game, especially when he was starting out with a Judge trying to get around that corner. But having a duel currently in Lamps, trying to bang him through the corner, but it's not going to be enough.
It's unfortunate for Spot Up trying to regain their footing, but they lost most of them. Breach was the only one that was left. He still got his ultimate, though. That Rolling Thunder is going to be coming in furiously. And speaking of furiously, actually, it's a perfect segue. Jet's ultimate is up as well. Blade Fury, I haven't really seen it used, but that's a hard ultimate to try and pull through. That is a high skill cap ultimate. No movement inaccuracy, no nothing. It is 100% accurate 100% of the time, right? That's what's important about that Blade Fury. It's not just the fact that, oh, I throw knives, knives do headshot, knives get me 1 kill. Like, that's not how that works. It's more so the fact that she has no inaccuracy whatsoever when she has those knives surrounding her. That's what's important to remember, and we'll have to see if it actually ends up getting used, because both of them still have their ults up. Like I mentioned, Breach, Rolling Thunder, Jet, Blade Fury. That's what's important here. But 3 ultimates up on Third Impact as well. They're just waiting. They try and peek outside of hookah. The entrance there, but Raze finds herself a nice little triple kill. That's going to be important, especially when you're trying to make sure that you can regain your footing. You're not going to find anything to be gained here except for a couple bodies of your teammates, really.
Yeah, and spot up is going to return the favor. That time Tucker GG finding the back line there. But it is going to be that big play by AGM that's going to be able to hold it down and clean it up, get the 4 kills for them.
Yeah, that was a nice 4K for the Rays. It's super, just well done, man. I mean, like, both of these teams are playing extremely well. It is so hard to really pick favorites out of today. Like, it really is. Everyone's been playing so phenomenally. So many people have worked hard to get to the spot it was that they were in. And even still, if they've been knocked out of the tournament at this point, it doesn't even matter because they've shown to really a lot of different people of all different kinds that it's really Valorant is a cool game. Like it has its moments. There are hype moments, there are energetic moments, especially like this when you peek out that early and you get a 1-for-1 once again. But Rays tearing it up, the showstopper comes out. There's a reason why it's called that. You're not really showing off anything where you get one pumped by that rocket launcher. That's insane. More kills come up on the side of Third Impact. 1 member left. Jet with the Blade Fury spot up, struggling to find their way back to the top.
Yeah, let's see if they can turn this around. It's only going to be the Jet available. It's going to be Tucker GG on it as well. Third Impact has just been running to B and just planting immediately. It's very, very fast-paced game for them. But it looks like Tucker is actually going to be, you know, hiding back, maybe finding that blue box again, hanging out. But we'll see if Third Impact goes hunting for it.
Yeah, it seems like they're just pretty much just going to wait their time here, wait for the bomb to get as close as possible to as soon as it can to really blow up, and now they're going to start running. Yeah, that bomb is getting really close. He's waiting all the way in the back of spawn with the op, watching both angles, making sure that there's no one around. Doesn't seem like anyone is there. It doesn't seem like they're pushing up that far, but you still got to be careful. You never know where anybody can be at this point. He's just watching. No one comes around the corner, so it seems like, yep, that's just not going to be anything that he'll be able to find. So they keep their weapons. They move on into the next round, especially with such a huge lead in between them and Spot Up.
Yeah, currently 7-3. Third Impact having that lead at the moment. But yeah, they did a really smart move of saving out that op, and you know, if you don't get that pick early, it will play out later on. It was kind of unfortunate that earlier in that round, you know, Otto was the first one to get picked off on the Sage, and without the Sage, once again, you lose the ability to crowd control with the wall itself, but also be able to spot up and heal your team.
Yeah, that's what's important here. They actually use one of the breach knockups, making sure that nobody else is around that corner. They don't seem to find anyone, and really, it's just pretty much been a pretty chill time compared to the previous rounds. And just as I said that, of course, Jet is going to be the first one to find the kill. They managed to get what they wanted, and that's going to be important for Spot Up to try and regain their footing, especially when they're trying to keep so many eyes on different things. Flash goes out, charge is used. They know that they're in B long. He manages to get a nice kill. Use the flash again, peeks around the corner. It's a firefight one-on-one, but the bullets are going to end up in the side of Breach. He's going to be taken down. Op gets pulled out. Jet in all the way in the back, trying to find some good shots, trying to find even better positioning, but it may not be enough as they actually get flashed immediately, well, really knocked up by the opposing Breach. They can't really push out into that.
Yeah, they're making it very hard for them. Ohai is just zoning them out with that ultimate, or just with the abilities that Breach has. It just goes through walls and, you know, keeps you under pressure the whole time. So Tucker actually going to swap in for a Spectre here. He doesn't have to rely so much on the reload of the op. As he finds one more, and he clutch it out. It's going to be all up to Tucker GG. Can he clean this up? He has eyes on the bomb. He's not going to be able to stick it, though.
Unfortunate.
Very good play by Duck.
Very well done by the Cypher. The patience, just making sure that he doesn't overextend, doesn't do anything that might be too unnecessary, and he's actually going to be able to find that kill, close out the round for his team. Beautiful bomb plant, as well as beautiful sideline from Cypher. Just playing very back, not overextending when he needs to.
Yeah, it's going to be 8-3 going into this last round before the swap, so they're going to be buying up for sure if they can. It's going to be a lot of momentum rolling for Third Impact going into this next half.
Yeah, for sure. If you're up by so much in pistol rounds, I mean, it went in their favor last time. We'll have to see if it will go the case again, or really go the distance. Get rid of the early Cypher camera. They know where he is. The Hunter's Fury actually gets ripped through. Has to use a satchel charge. Doesn't want to die to that. Very good placement on those by the opposing Sova. And Sage throws out the slow orb. Just make sure, because they know that they're B long. Don't want them to push in or be too aggressive.
So Tucker's just watching the angle and showers at the moment. There was a lot going down on B long initially, but they still haven't revealed the spike at all. They're trying to maybe make their approach here this time in mid.
It just seems like they're
It
vibing.
looks like Third Impact is trying to move on in.
Yeah, they're taking their time, but Omen's going to find that kill, spot up, find what they need, another one, and another one. Immediately, Jet and Omen, the two of them together, will find two apiece, really, not two apiece, excuse me, one apiece for each of them. Nice headshot, good flick, but this can be turned almost instantly. Sage is still alive, the op is there, shoots through the teleporter, tries to get the shot onto the Sage in case he took it, but that's not going to be the case. The revive gets used, and that actually allows us to be a 2v3. They're going to use the breach knockup, try and check around the corner. Hookah is there. He peeks a little bit early, but still is going to be able to find that, even though Sage had the advantage on watching where he was coming from in that angle. The bomb is planted, and they're definitely feeling pretty good, especially with how this round's looking so far, and they ended with a finishing blow up on the Jet. Sorry, not the Jet, the Raze.
Yeah, and they definitely needed that. You know, you want to have a little bit of momentum rolling into the next half of it. Let's get some GHs in the chat. That'd be great. It was a good half initially.
Yeah, good half.
Yeah. So, Third Impact looking to start this off with their lead here. It's currently 8-4. And yeah, once again, pistol round. One of the most important rounds, especially in this game, and in CS, in a way. It kickstarts your whole economy. You figure out, what SMGs you want to go for. And then, yeah, you kind of clean up from there.
Man, dude, that Jet didn't use her ultimate at all throughout that last set, that last half.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, she has the aggression, she can have the momentum, but it's just not using your ultimate, even if you don't feel like you're going to pop off like that. I feel like that can be sort of a waste. I don't know. There's a reason I'm commentating here and not playing, right? Like, there's a reason why that's the case. So, I have no idea why she didn't use it. She just saved it, and eventually it just went to nothing. But Omen Cloud goes out, making sure nobody else can see. So they're trying to defend, but doesn't seem like anything's being found yet. Both teams are playing pretty slow.
Yeah, they're going to play it slow and steady, figure out what the best place to go for it. Especially in the pistol round, you want to get some picks initially and start it off, and then kind of make the judgment move. But yeah, I do agree. It was kind of weird that the Jet did not use her ultimate at all. It is one-shot headshots if you can get it off. But yeah, I could understand, especially if you're just trying to save an op. You might not want to go and die with your ultimate, so economically it could have had a little bit of an effect when it came to that, but other than that, Spot Up has lost a player already. They're trying to figure out a way how to get onto B with the spike. It's currently in long.
Yeah, 8-4. That is really, really a huge point discrepancy in between sets. They actually managed to make sure that they watch A short. They managed to get the kill as well. Raze doing extremely well. Probably going to repeat that corner, or not even. Not if Brimstone has her back. Going to make sure he picks off another as well with 2-5. This is looking very rough for Spot Up. Make that a 4-1 as Sage tries to even it up in her own right. She manages to put up the wall. Not paying attention, though. Gets rid of one. But her teammate's going to be able to have her back. Raze goes down due to the Sage. Very well done in general. Followed by the kill and the teabag. We love to see it, honestly.
Yeah, give him a good old 1-2 tactical crouch there, right over the face. But yeah, it is 9-4. It is 9-4 at the moment. It's going to be another interesting round. Like I heard on the commentary earlier, what do you do on the second round if you're the winning team? Do you buy up? Or do you save the SMG, kind of get what you can there, and then make sure that you have enough money to kind of match it for the last round?
Typically, from personal experience, it is best to just save. Like, people typically just save up. They buy the SMGs, if anything. They might buy the Stinger, the Spectre, or whatever it is that your forte is. They might even buy the Bucky. It's just a matter of perspective. It's a matter of what you want to do, what you feel like might be the best course of action. And so far, everyone's pretty much taking it slow. We see a Frenzy here, a Bucky there. Like, it's really just a matter of perspective. And immediately, a shot gets fired. One rips straight through Cypher. The other one rips straight through Breach. But they actually managed to find a way to take a kill immediately. Third Impact at least are able to get one during this round. They're backing up, making sure they have proper sight lines over everything, too. Pick up the Spectre. They're going to take very, very good care of that one, for sure.
Yeah, especially when you can grab a nicer gun off of your opponent. That is one thing that I really do like about this game, and especially with the skins too. It just makes, maybe I don't want the classic skin.
Right.
Maybe I want the Prism one that somebody paid for.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. But once again, AGM just trying to get a little bit more damage around that corner, trying to zone out the Jet.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Exactly what they wanted.
Super, super unfortunate for them. I mean, they do manage to defend. They get that defuse off, and that just sucks. I mean, you put the smokes down, you try and move in. You know you need to. You know they're on the bomb, but the minute they hear you, they're just gonna light that smoke up. Doesn't matter if they know where you are or not. They know that you're in there somewhere. That's exactly what happened. Tried to push in, knew that they were already on the bomb, but they just had too much control over it. They lost too many pivotal players that were controlling very good sight lines, and because of that, they're going to be the ones that end up falling for sure.
Yeah, and when it came down to that, it's all about sound cues and a whole bunch of other things that, you know, have carried over from other FPSs. I know coming from Overwatch and playing on the college team, like being able to hear footsteps going around a corner was really important. Being able to hear, you know, sound cues of certain characters and abilities was really important. This is my favorite guy's gameplay right now, dude. I love Judge gameplay. But yeah, just catches 2 around the corner there. And yeah, they're just using the Cypher Cam as well to just kind of peek down the sight line, but they are going to trade it out on A. If they get a couple picks B, you're going to lose a couple people A. And they still haven't shown where the spike is at the moment, so they can still take their judgment, figure out, hey, do we want to go A or you want to go B? So we'll figure that out as the numbers keep thinning out here.
Yeah, don't want to give up too much for sure. That's exactly what I was talking about, man. That Judge gameplay is just way too strong. Like, you have it on maps like this. Like I said, I mentioned Hookah as one of the spots. They'll typically see that Judge is being used, and it was utilized in utmost potency right there. That's exactly why those close corners are hard to dodge. You can't really dodge, especially if you're not expecting it to be what it is, coming right around that corner. But everyone's sort of just watching, waiting, really biding their time on both sides. They actually managed to get 1, which that's really important. 2 for the breach. Nice watch and sight lines directly coming through from their control player. They actually managed to find another. That's a triple kill for the breach, and that's going to be looking really good for him.
Yeah, that was a really good play by Ohai there. Just zoning out the initial bomb plant where they thought it was going to be, force them to rotate back, and then go ahead and pick them off from there. You know, there's only one place to go when you hear a breach thing, and that's away from it.
Right, exactly.
You know, you're not going to run into it. So in that case, you know, the safest place was to run to lamps, and, you know, Ohai just kind of had that on lock.
Yeah, he just knew where to be, right place at the right time, and was able to capitalize. That allows him to be able to continually push through. An 11-4, not looking too good for spot up right now, having done such a beautiful tear through the losers bracket. Now here at the losers finals, not seeming to hold up too well. Breach goes through, manages to get the knock up on Sage, but doesn't know that there are people watching in the back, watching and waiting. That's a trip ski for Breach. That's amazing that he was able to hold that sideline. Sage making sure that he can peel for his teammate, make sure she does not go down. Too many people rushing in, didn't know where he was, and they take good care of that. Dust their hands off. Omen is the only one left with the Sheriff. Cypher ultimate gets used as well. They want to close this one out, and they do. Omen's down, eviscerated by a nice gun on the side of Third Impact. 12 points is what they have, and it is so close. This could be the very last round, and Third Impact could move on to Grand Finals, or Spot Up could try and find whatever fire's left in them.
Yeah, Third Impact is looking for that rematch against All Aim No Brain here, but once again, like, Ohai just being able to use the same wall, you know, getting up to that high ground again, just doing exactly what he did in the previous round, just finding good picks and then cleaning up the rest of them. But yeah, this could just be you know, the final round. If Third Impact can find the picks here, that'll be it.
Well, it's already looking pretty good. You mentioned that'll be it. They find one. Spot Up looking one member short of a full team, so it's going to be really important that they try and rotate, or at least find something to rectify the mistake it was that they made, where however it was they pushed, whatever they tried to go for. Breach already watching this corner. He's ready for people to peek, ready for people to really come around that corner and try and surprise them. Speaking of surprise, gets one of them, but they actually managed to take care of the Sage. That's a 3 for 3. That actually makes it a 3 for 2. The breach charge goes out. He tries to find a hit of any sort, but that's not going to be it. 3 versus 3. Third Impact and Spot Up. This could be game for Spot Up if they can't fix something now.
Yeah, that was a good res by Otto there to bring back Tucker, but you know the whole aftershock ability is going to be able to clean him up there. But Spot Up trying to find a little bit more momentum. It's only going to be Ojai on that breach to be able to try to stop Spot Up as they plant here on A.
Yeah, Spike planted, and they're going to find themselves at least in a better off spot than how it was looking before. Doesn't know he's around that corner though. Finds it immediately, just peeks around, manages to get another shot. Cleaned up most of the team right there. Omen doing extremely well, and that's what we love to see. We love to see the fact that people still have the fight left in them, and at this point I can tell you exactly what their comms are like. They went, all right team, we're at 5 now. We just have to do that several more times and then we should be good, right? We'll cause that overtime to actually kick in, but I don't know if they can. It's a matter of, can they repeat that? It's not necessarily. It's not an answer of whether they can. It's not a question of whether they can repeat that. It's more so the answer of how many times do they think they can replicate that performance they just had.
Exactly. It's going to be one of those things where you feel like you have momentum going into it, but you have to now realize, smell the flowers a little bit. You got to win 8 in a row now. But one can lead to another. Maybe you just start feeling it, especially for a team like Spot Up. We've seen them do something like this earlier on in the day when they had that matchup against Arizona Heat. They had that 13-1 kind of rolling momentum, and even though they lost one round, they were still feeling it.
Yeah, they definitely were feeling themselves, and you can tell it here. I mean, this is really important. They use the camera actually, just to make sure they can see a little bit more forward. They know that that's there, or at least they don't know that Sage is around the corner. They wall themselves off, make sure they can't get in through there, pretty much cut off one of their entry points. And that's why Sage is so strong. Not just because of the resurrect, but because she can do stuff like that and force people to take very risky fights. But the Hunter's Fury is actually going to find a pick on Cypher. That's the most important thing. They got to pick. That means they can rotate where they might want to. He's going to try and, from the shadows is where Omen's going to go. He's going to try and find himself a better spot to be in. Hunter's Fury gets used as well. Manages to find a few more shots. Doesn't find any, though, onto a target. Just ends up whiffing them entirely. Rolling Thunder comes through. This is what they want to do. They want to try and end it. They know there are a lot of people there. They've managed to find one, but the orbital strike comes down. That is 3 members that are able to be cleaned up on the side of Spot Up. 1 member remaining, and that's going to be a nice op shot, dude. 13-5. What a performance from Third Impact.
Yeah, Third Impact.